Hey guys, it's Archon. Welcome to Inferno Friday. Today, I really wish I had something exciting to share with you guys, but I've been scouring the forums for something interesting or just some kind of update that I could share with you guys, and there just isn't much going on right now. If you've seen my recent YouTube videos, you know that Blizzard has already told us that there is no content patch in the works right now. There will likely not be a patch 1.0.9, and that's kind of depressing. So I just thought I'd use this video to tell you guys about something fun that we've been doing on the live stream that you guys might want to try out yourself. But before that, I just wanted to talk about this one non-update that came to us in the form of a blue post. It was in response to the comment, "Okay, not a single new content in the next 6 months, sadness." And despite the bad grammar, I think this kind of reflects how a lot of Diablo 3 players are feeling right now. The blue poster said, "Whether or not this is a good thing or a bad thing is in the eye of the beholder. However, I think if the beholder is a player of Diablo 3, the vast majority are going to agree that this is a bad thing. I mean, most players already feel like the patches have been coming out too slowly and they're not big enough. So to say that there's no patch in the works and we might not get anything until Loot 2.0, which we know is going to be the end of this year or sometime next year, that's really hard to deal with." Now, from a developer standpoint, I think I get it. I think I probably would have made the same decision if I was in their shoes. I think the expansion should be priority number one right now. They can keep putting out these small content patches and fix little things with the game, but it's not fixing the core issues. And I think most of us players really want those big things fixed. We want itemization, we want endgame content, we want some kind of PvP, we want to be rewarded for playing the game instead of the auction house, and those things need big updates, and I think they're likely all going to come at once, or at least in several big updates and not these small ones. So although I think they're doing the right thing, and I'm glad they're putting all the focus on the expansion, it's hard to be a player right now, and I feel like Blizzard's just being a little unsympathetic. I mean, right here, the blue poster says, "It's important to emphasize that patch 1.0.8 is not the last and final update to the game." Did anyone really think the patch 1.0.8 was going to be the last patch? That they were just done updating the game? I think we'd be a little bit more upset if that was the case. We assume there's going to be more updates. So again, just a big non-update. But if you guys want to read it, I'll post it in the description. But I would like to share with you an idea that I came up with this week. I call it Retro Diablo, and I think it might be something fun for you to do if you're getting bored of Diablo 3, or if you're just a little depressed about the idea of no updates in the next 6 months or so. So I was watching some YouTube videos from early Diablo, like patch 1.0.2, only a couple months after the game came out, and I realized that we've lost a lot of the fun in Diablo. I mean, I think overall patches have improved the game. I think the game's in a much better state now than it was before. But before these exploity builds, as I call them, came out, Critical Mass, Whirlwind Barb, Archon, builds I think had something that we've lost, and that is reacting to the monsters. It seems like the old build, like Blizzard Hydra or just standard Barb builds, you actually had to watch what the mobs were doing and then move out of the way to avoid attacks, or run out when you're getting low on health, or just play differently based on the elite packs affixes or the monster type. And I kind of missed that. Watching the videos, I was like, man, that was a lot of fun. I want to try that again. So we came up with this idea, Retro Diablo, to play the game as if it was patch 1.0.2. We did this on the live stream yesterday, and how it worked was I got 3 other players to come in the game with me, and then we each got 100,000 gold to spend on the auction house to build an entire set of gear for the character we were playing. The only rule was you couldn't buy legendaries that came out after patch 1.0.2, so if you wanted to get a legendary, you had to get a legacy one. Now, you'd be surprised what you can get with 100,000 gold, but the cool thing is, with 100,000 gold, you can't stack a bunch of defense and still do good damage. Much like original Inferno back in patch 1.0.2, you kind of had to choose, did you want to do damage but be a glass cannon, or did you want to be able to take some hits but not do much damage? Then after everyone has their full set of 100,000 gold gear, we do a full act clear on MP5. The chat voted that we do act 2, and so we played through most of it. We didn't make it all the way through, but it was a lot of fun. It was surprisingly similar to patch 1.0.2. It was a lot of fun to try out those old builds. I felt a bit like a glass cannon. I was able to do probably half of the group's damage because they were all a little bit tankier. They were melee classes, but I had to run around, avoid attacks, use skills to evade moves, a lot of things that I hadn't done before. Very different from the just spam your buttons and run to the mobs. It doesn't matter what mob type they are, what affixes they have, you just run into them. It was very refreshing to actually have to pay attention to the fight and respond to different monster types. We did find that it wasn't as rewarding as playing the game used to be because we weren't getting much out of it, so we did add the rule that anything we find while playing we could equip if it was an upgrade, and that made it a little bit more enjoyable. But I think it's just a fun way to play if you're getting bored. If you miss old Diablo when Inferno was really hard and you had to try a bunch of different builds and there wasn't one build that was 3 times as efficient as all the other ones, so you actually got to play around with skills, I would say try it out. If you're not too concerned with losing efficiency, you just want to have some fun, I think it's a good way to do so. That's all I had to share with you guys. Let's wrap up with our 50 million gold giveaway. Every week I pick one random comment below and that person wins 50 million gold on Diablo. Last week's winner was Johnson Lee. He had some feedback for the video he was commenting on. Well, congratulations, Johnson. You've won 50 million gold. If you win on the channel, all you have to do is come on over to Twitch, send me a message there. The link's in the description. Let me know you won in the message, and I'll have you prove it's you on YouTube, and I'll get you the 50 million gold. If you want to be eligible for this week, just leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this video. Give me some feedback. I'd love to hear it. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button, and I'll have another one for you soon.